Epilogue. Friday morning began with an interesting revelation and was just the beginning of a series of others. We watched from the square the awakening of local commerce, and what we initially realized was that Union Chaco had nothing left to be classified as a town. The place is a well-structured city that even has a bus station with regular transport services from the city of Yavisa to Panama City, as well as to the main destinations in the country. In a bakery, we had a very good breakfast, and we did so sit at a table where we had the opportunity to plan the next steps of our journey. There we learned that the local currency was the Balboa, but that, in practice, it was equivalent in value to the American dollar, the banknote that, in fact, circulated in all local transactions. We found that prices, in general, were lower than those charged in Colombia. Over coffee, I offered the 4 fellow travelers to pay for a night's stay at the hotel and a bus ticket to Panama City. At the bus station we managed to buy 5 seats for Saturday. The trip to the capital would take approximately 7 hours, initially on a dirt road and, from Yavisa, on the Pan American Highway. At the inn, we all had lunch, showered, and slept in beds with sheets and pillowcases. All this, despite the local simplicity, now seemed to me like a luxury not compatible with migrants who had just survived the passage through the Darién forest. At night, I invited my 4 companions to dinner at a small local restaurant and told them that I would stay in the capital for 4 days as a childhood friend lived there and that, from there, I would go directly to Mexico. I left each of them with $100 and no more, as I no longer had much cash left. I said that, from now on, I would pay attention to emails with any news they sent me. I also asked them to remember my cell phone number in Uruguay. It bothered me not to accompany them, but living in North America was never my desire. During that night, I decided to continue my university course and work in Uruguay. Message from Juan, August 13, 2023. Hello, Manolo. As I promised, I want to update you on my address and situation. When we separated in Panama City, still at the bus station, I was approached by 2 police officers who asked for my documents. One of them noticed my surname, which has a lot of prestige around here, and said he knew where my cousin, Martín Torrijos, son of Uncle Omar, the one in the bust they spoke of in Union Chaco, lives. He is a very rich businessman and presided over Panama from 2004 to 2009. The same police officers took me to Martín's house, who, upon seeing my documents, was moved when he read my mother's name. He said his father had spoken highly of her. Anyway, he helped me get Panamanian citizenship and hired me at one of his vehicle importers, where I'm being trained. I receive a good salary in dollars, and I live in one of the houses that Martín built for rent. Manolo, thank you for your strength. I never forget those who help me. May God bless you and, when you can, write to me. 1. Caesar's email, September 11, 2023. Manolo, I am writing from a hotel that the United States government uses to house illegal migrants in Port Isabel, near the Mexican city of Puerto Laredo, where coyotes tried to get me to the United States. I arrived here with just the clothes on my back. Everything was stolen from me, including my tablet. Luckily, in one of the pockets I found your card. Now I write to you using a cell phone borrowed from a local employee, who is also disabled and with whom I have become friends. I'm trying to be included in a program for disabled migrants, and it seems like it's going to work. I hope I can work here. Manolo, I still don't have my own email address, but using this cell phone number you can send messages to John and forward them to me. He is the friend I mentioned before. Cheer for me, mate, and, as soon as you can, send me news. Hugs from Caesar. Paco's email, October 5, 2023. Dear Manolo, good morning. Today I started working on a project here in the United States. I was hired as an apprentice by a company that builds houses and condominiums. I arrived in New Mexico through a Mexican church that sends migrants to companies that need manual labor in the United States. My entry was made possible by a job guarantee letter sent from America to this church in Mexico. I'm sorry to inform you that, 3 weeks ago, my fellow countryman Marcos passed away from a heart attack. I was devastated because he was good and deserved to have his dream come true, but as long as I live, I will continue to pursue mine. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your help when we were still in Panama. About our companions Caesar and Juan, I know nothing, and I ask that, when you know, you inform me. Now you have my updated address, and we can talk more. I will never forget our exploits in Darién. Write me, big hug from Paco. SMS from Alex, October 20th, 2023. Hello Manolo, I hope this message reaches you. A few days ago, I managed to get some equipment working that Marina's father had bought, but she and her mother had not yet installed. There were solar panels and a satellite mobile phone. You know that I've always liked these contraptions, and that I even tried to detox from them by staying here, but it seems that, even at the end of the world, they follow me. I still don't know how to pay for this service, but there is already a paid period. Everything around here is, fortunately, very rudimentary, but one thing I know for sure is that I intend to stay here and with Marina. I know I'm at peace, and that's all that matters to me. If you received this message, you also had access to that cell phone number, so don't hesitate to call me. I would very much like to know the fate of each of the colleagues on our journey. Rest in peace, dear friend, it was great to spend time with you all. Alex. This story had as its starting point a personal reflection on destiny. As a word, destiny can be classified as an abstract noun, but as an entity it is something that I understand to be strongly linked to individual will, but not only to it. Each person's destiny is also linked to the opportunities, peculiarities, and choices of the people who, throughout their lives, interact with us. Full happiness, also abstract, is a rare thing, but which, despite the hardships, must be pursued proactively. All that remains, in my opinion, is to never leave aside the courage to seek and gratitude for possible happiness.